Our final is from Martinsville High School, and it's Naomi S. Tarpley, and she's accompanied by her mother, Melissa, and her father had to be out of town, Wyoming.
Good afternoon. Parading the spirit of community service with passion and commitment. When I began to volunteer at my local nursing home / assisted living facility, I was in 7th grade, and I can remember just how excited I was to see all those people that I had come to know on a first name basis. I was young and full of energy, and I loved all the activities and each of the different personalities of the residents. It wasn't until later, when I was older, that I realized that many of these residents did not have anyone to visit them. I was there to make sure they were okay and to spend time with them. I really don't think I knew what I was doing was community service. I only knew that I felt great about spending the time with the residents, and I wanted to continue to go there. I knew that the feeling was being referred to as parading the spirit. I also knew that the passion and commitment was there, or I would not have felt so charged about going to do it. During my volunteering, I met some of the most interesting people, and I learned an awful lot about history and the area we live in. The residents with clear minds could recall so many wonderful details and facts. The residents with dementia were so colorful and yet sad at times because they too had a story, but the details were not always exact. But one thing they all had in common is they wanted someone to listen and be there. It takes a special person to truly give selflessly to others, expecting nothing in return. But what I do is I believe that community service is just that. Being a humanitarian is one of the best gifts our fellow human beings can give to one another. All communities have needs, and there should never be a person in a quandary about finding an organization to go help out with. I have volunteered since 7th grade and am now about to graduate, and I know I want to work in the healthcare field because of the direction of community service and what it gave me. I earned my CNA, my Certified Nursing Assistant license, in 11th grade, and I intend to work toward being part of the bettering society I wish to live in. I don't remember many volunteers where I was. I'm sure they came when I wasn't there, but I wonder how many youth are taught to go there and volunteer. I know that my mom instilled in me at a very young age that we are brother and sisters, and we are our sister and brother's keepers. I know at our high school there is a minimum number of community service a student must perform before earning a diploma. I see these students go find a place to do their community service hours as though it just is what it is, a requirement. Wouldn't it be wonderful if they had been exposed at an early age like I was to volunteer, and maybe they would have found a place that they could enjoy the experience? If only they knew how much better it was to give than to receive. If only they could feel the spirit and passion and commitment that would follow. It is a generational thing in some ways that need to be taught at home. All foundations are not the same, and I know every family has their own thoughts and beliefs when it comes to raising children, but I feel the value of being taught to volunteer should be one. I was able to determine that I learned patience, humility, and the love for others that I know was in my heart, but I needed to be able to extend that to others, not only in my immediate circle. There are so many needs in the community that need to be met. We have committees and workers and agencies that do all they can for the entire community, but the needs don't always get met. It is the same even at nursing homes, when all the managers and workers do all that is required of them and the needs still don't get met. That is when the spirit of community service volunteers try to fill the voids. There are some really good-hearted people that become volunteers with the passion and commitment to truly make a difference in the lives of others. If everyone could embrace that experience for just once and know how good it feels to see a smile on someone else's face, you have done a good deed, and you would be convinced to do it more often. If we lived in a perfect world, then we wouldn't have such a need for community service. Unfortunately, there will never be a perfect world, but it can be a better world if there were more volunteers parading the spirit of community service with passion and commitment.